I have one priority now, and that is my walk with Jesus. I'm not saying I'm not interested in other things. I'm not saying that I don't take note of what's happening in the world around me. But what is my priority? It's my walk with Jesus. He calls us to be holy. And I'll be honest, I'm not there. I'm just not there. In fact, I have a constant awareness of falling short, being less than what He wants me to be. And that is heartbreaking because He's done so much for me, for us. And I want to be what He wants me to be. And I'm so full of human frailty and weakness. And when I fall, oh my goodness, it's hard to deal with because I'm letting Him down. And I know that is a good thing. It is a good thing to be sorry for sin. Number one, not because you fear hell. And I do fear hell. I have a healthy fear of hell. Trust me. But number one, because you're letting Him down. So if you feel that way, take hope in it because it's called true contrition. It's real contrition. It means you want to amend your life. You want to change your life for Him because you're letting Him down. You're not being the man or woman He wants you to be. There is another thing to realize that might give you some hope or encouragement. When you fall, sometimes He's allowing you to fall, not to make you feel small and less than, but to make you realize your total reliance on Him, your utter dependence on Him, to know that you cannot win on your own. You cannot defeat your habitual sin or your struggle with irritability or anger or mean-spiritedness or pettiness or being a judgmental person. He allows you to fall so that you know you can't do it without Him. In fact, my experience has been I will keep falling in whatever area that teaches me humility, that teaches me that Bruce alone is truly nothing. But Bruce with Jesus is something. Okay? And humility is truth. I don't care. People might go into complicated definitions of what humility is. Just recognizing the truth about yourself. It's knowing your abilities and your limitations. It's knowing your weaknesses, failings, but also your strengths. It's not denying them. To deny your strength is to deny a gift that God has given you. If you have a wonderful musical talent, singing voice, I can't sing. That's not right. Or I can't write, or I can't draw. I'm not a great drawer, but I can draw. I'm not a great writer, but I can write. You have to work on these things. These are talents that you develop. But to say I'm not would be not humility. It would be pride. See what I'm saying? It's inverted pride. So we depend on Him in our spiritual battle, in our spiritual growth, in our desire to be like Him. That's what it is. That's what it's all about. We want to be like Jesus. We want to follow in His footsteps. We want to be used by Him for good, for whatever purpose He wants. And I know that when I don't feel like I'm doing that, it's hard. It's a heavy. It's a cross, actually. It's a burden. because that's all I want now. And then the other part is a close self-examination of myself, because I know deep inside there's another reason I fall is there's something in me that still loves sin. That's a hard one to admit, isn't it? There's something in me that wants to go back to that, and only He can remove it. That's another hard lesson. Only He can remove that desire to sin, that desire to look at something that maybe you shouldn't, or engage in a conversation that maybe you shouldn't. You want to go back to the world, okay? You want to just put one little toe in that warm water. No, you can't. That's the thing. But it's deeply rooted. Sometimes sin is deeply rooted. He's the gardener of our souls, and only He can pull out those weeds, transform it, turn the soil, and plant new seeds so that beautiful flowers grow. That's how I've envisioned the soul, as a garden. I really do. And He's the gardener, and I got to give it over to Him. If I start messing around on my own, I get nowhere. Just more weeds start growing, and I keep going back to sin, or going back to things that I shouldn't, that can lead to sin. So He's in charge. But bottom line, will you know when you're a saint? No. Will you know when you're becoming holy? Probably not, because He's going to hide it from you to keep you humble. But you got to. We're in the darkness in this. This is where we are kept blind. We cannot see the progress we're making, because if we did, we probably wouldn't be making any progress. It sounds like a contradiction, but it's not. So it's the only thing that matters now, though. I can't worry about. Definitely better not worry about what my brother's doing. That's when we do need to focus on self. The selfie, me. Don't worry about what he's doing. I need to worry about what I'm doing. What am I changing? Or what is Jesus changing in me? What are we doing together? But that's the priority, because I can do nothing again about what is happening in the world. And it's intense, and it's increasing, and it's discouraging. I was in a live chat last night, and they were all talking about this, and I just, and they didn't, some kind of understood what was happening, and some didn't, and I just got away from it, because there was it wasn't going anywhere. It was pointless. They still didn't understand about the testing, how serious that was. So I'm not going to engage in that. I don't have time. We're so far along that you have to know now that's a no-no. All of that's a no-no. And we just got to focus on purification, on getting closer to Jesus, becoming what Jesus wants us to be, holy. We can only do that through close self-examination, self-awareness, and not pointing the finger at someone else, or saying someone's stupid, or someone's this or someone's that. No, I'm stupid. I'm this. I'm that. That's what it's all about. Honesty is humility.